Have you ever felt your blood pressure rise when your partner refuses to talk? Does the silence trigger such intense anger and frustration that you just want to yell? Chasing them or getting aggressive will only make things worse. But you feel completely helpless to break the freeze. If you struggle to break the silence without escalating a conflict, you are likely wrestling with a powerful Mars in the third house lesson. The third house is your communication. And Mars is the planet of action, assertion, and war. When a planet hits your seventh house relationship, your immediate Mars-driven relationship is to fight. But in this specific crisis, that tactic is guaranteed to fail. Today, we're learning the one strategy that channels your potent Mars energy constructively. We're going to transform your anger into assertive clarity, how to break the silence with confidence, set boundaries without yelling, and defeat the silent treatment by using your words like a powerful, precise tool. So let's talk about it. The Mars in the third house problem. So when the silent treatment begins, it triggers your Mars in the third house energy. This placement is a double-edged sword. You have the courage to speak up, but you often struggle with aggression versus assertion. When you are met with silence, your Mars energy feels blocked. It reacts by escalating. You demand, you accuse, you raise your voice. Your spouse, already withdrawn, sees this aggression as proof that their silence is justified, and they retreat even further. Your well-meaning attempt to open communication actually drives them deeper into the silence. So what is the spiritual air? It's using your Mars energy to seek emotional relief, to vent your frustration, rather than to seek factual clarity to resolve the issue. You must understand that in this crisis, you cannot force emotional connection. You can only demand respectful process. Your spiritual assignment is to learn to use your strong Mars energy with precision. You must use your power to define the terms of the argument, not to win the emotional battle. So what is this Mars strategy? It's assertive clarity. It's a 3-step checklist, and we're going to talk about it now. The third house requires structured, courageous communication. The Mars strategy uses that courage to be direct, brief, and factual. So here are the 3 steps to this Mars strategy. Step number 1, lead with I statements about the process. Do not lead with an accusation about their silence. Lead with a clear statement about your needs for the marriage or partnership process. Instead of saying, you are punishing me, say, I need clear communication to feel safe in this marriage. This is an assertive statement of your boundary, not an aggressive attack on their character. Step 2, use facts, not feelings. Mars is a factual planet. Venus and the moon, they deal with feelings. Mars deals with action. The goal is not to force them to share their feelings. The goal is to get a factual resolution or a factual timeline. Ask for a specific measurable action. For example, I need a yes or no answer about whatever the issue is by tomorrow at 5 p.m. This shifts the energy from emotional pleading to a simple, required transaction. Let's talk about step 3. Define the terms. Your Mars energy must be used to set a non-negotiable boundary around respect. You state calmly and once, I will not participate in silent communication. I will wait for your words. If you need space, take it. But I will not engage in this dynamic. This is a strong Mars-based boundary that defines the acceptable form of future interaction. You are demanding respect, which is a powerful Mars action. Now let's talk about how to channel this aggression into discipline. So the greatest test of Mars in the third house is what you do with the energy after you've set the boundary. If you leave the conversation and continue to rage internally, you have failed the test. So what are the two things that you need to do? They're called the discipline of detachment and the courage of non-engagement. They're hard. They're not easy. What is the discipline of detachment? Well, Mars is the Karaka of the 6th house, which is conflict and discipline, and the ruler of the 1st house in the Kalpurish Kundali. And the 1st house is the house of self. So the only way to win is to immediately channel the frustration into physical or mental discipline. Go for a run, lift weights, or work intensely on a difficult project. This channels the aggressive heat of Mars into the productive, measurable effort. Second, as I mentioned, is the courage of non-engagement. After you've set your boundary, the next Mars lesson is courageous non-engagement. This means you stop checking their status, stop attempting to engage, and focus completely on your 1st house strength. You must show the discipline to wait, not passively, but actively, while you're busy building your own world. When your spouse sees that their silence has made you more focused, more productive, and less dependent, the tactic loses all its power. So, what does all this mean to you? Think about you being a strong figure, standing calmly, but with your shield down. So the silent treatment is a painful trigger for your Mars in the 3rd house energy. But that powerful fire is not meant for conflict. It is meant for assertion and discipline. You win by transforming aggression into assertive clarity, using your words as a precise tool, and channeling your frustration into building your own independent strength. You're demanding a marriage that's based on respect, which is the highest purpose of Mars. This isn't just a communication trick. This is a profound spiritual lesson about the correct use of your will and energy. You are being asked to evolve your relationship with Mars, moving it from the reactive primal self to the disciplined strategic self. By refusing to let the silence push you into an aggressive outburst, you're breaking a karmic pattern of conflict. You're completing a major part of your soul journey by demonstrating that you can maintain inner peace, the 1st house, even when faced with external provocation of the 7th house. The moment you use your Mars energy for self-control and clear boundary setting, you become spiritually sovereign. The silence loses all its leverage because you have mastered the art of non-reaction and claimed control over your own formidable energy. So, here are your assignments. First, I want to know. Tell me in the comments, what is the one assertive, not aggressive, factual statement you need to deliver to define a communication boundary? And what physical discipline will you commit to immediately afterward to channel your Mars energy? Second, let's turn this knowledge into action. Do one good deed of the day for someone less fortunate today. Channel that difficult emotional energy into selfless seva, also known as service. And finally, Share this video with as many people as you can who are struggling with difficult relationship triggers. This message is critical for soul evolution. The more you share, the more you make your own chart better. Knowledge is meant to be shared. And that's what I'm doing for you. If you'd like to connect with us, you can schedule a consultation via the link in the About section. We can deep dive into your own chart. And of course, the standard, subscribe and hit like, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you get all the new videos that can truly change your life. So thank you for watching, and thank yourself for watching as well. Until next time.